Alright, I want to make this quick video for you guys because I've had some questions and we were all there and all newbies at one point with certain things. So, a lot of times, after you get so many questions and so many people asking and stuff, you just forget, or I notice a lot of guys, tend to forget what it was like when you first started with anything, from just learning shit at a job to school to, a lot of times people get this arrogant, cocky vibe to them, and then they just get highly annoyed with, people just trying to learn. And yeah, don't get me wrong. You should always do your research. You should always, look into it. When there is that point where people will ask and it just, they're being lazy and that's getting annoying. And then there's this point where, people are just trying to learn. And it is a fine line, you know what I mean? So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But there is those people that you're really just trying to learn and then they're just completely blowing you off. So really quick, I wanted to do this video for you, for anybody, starting off, basically, and how lifting, Hondas work, at least the older, especially with the CRV and some of the stuff with the similar same suspension setup. But all in all, once you grasp it, it's pretty much the same thing. But basically, here's your top hat to like your suspension. So say if you had a CRV, and I want to do this because there's a few different types of lifts out there too, and I've had quite a few of them. So I just sold it, so I don't have it to show you. I wanted to make this video before I sold it, but a guy purchased it. They're mainly made over in like Russia. I can't remember their name brand, but they have the polyurethane ones, and there's different size spacers. And what they'll do is they'll slide over your top hat. But what you have to do with those ones is they give you longer studs, threaded studs, and you have to get a vise or something, however you want to do it, and you got to knock these studs out. You got to take all this padding out, and here it comes right out. Knock these studs out, lube them up again, pop the new ones in. It's not really that hard if you got a vise and you got a good sledgehammer, the right tools, or even if you had a press or something like that, make it a lot easier. And then those longer studs pop through, and you put the polyurethane spacer on, and then you still have enough room to, pop it through the frame and put your thread through. So that's one way. Another way is these precision worked aluminum spacers, which I really like. These are really good too. I prefer Honda Rescue Garage because I like how simple they are and how versatile they are and easy it is to put on. But these aren't bad either if you're looking for aluminum. Another style is aerogenics, which are really nice too. The only thing I don't like about the aerogenics is you got to twist the top hat. To me, that kind of seems unnecessary. But, to each their own how to do it. And, they're still a good-ass spacer. So once you do the whole twisting the top hat, you're golden. They're good spacers. But these precision work ones are pretty neat. I like the way these are done, too, also. They're very decent. And the way you do it is you just slide it on top of your top hat. And it's a 2-inch spacer. And then you take these, you can look at them, the threaded little spacer with the nut on top, which I really liked, and then they give you this extra thread. So you would put it on the spacer, you'd go down, and you just twist it, all the way down and tighten it with I believe it's a 12 or 14 millimeter socket. You get it on, and then you'd have this extra thread that you could adjust to a certain point that goes through the frame, and you use your stock bolt to your strut mount, and bam, then you're golden too. So that's a cool design. I like that. I actually really did. I thought that was really neat too, because it kind of gives you room to adjust. And if you had shims and different things, you wanted to do any custom work to it, that's pretty cool too. Another one is here that's very simple but very effective and really the go-to guy for all the lifts. Is the Honda Rescue Garage setup, and there's other companies that have this setup too, very similar, and people that have made some of theirs. So this is what I like, so easy. Say you got strut on, everything, top hat, you get it down or completely off, whatever works best for you. Slide that sucker right on there, and then, well, sorry, I forgot to say, On some of the top hats, depending on what you got these little nubs, if you see them, and you have to grind those down. On some of them, I believe some of his newer ones you don't have to grind it down, and it depends on what kind of top hat you have too. Not all of them have those 4 little spots, but I believe all the OEM does. So you have to grind it down, but then bam, it just slides right over and it goes over them. And then basically once it's ground down, it sits right on top. And you just, set it up, and then you have a bolt that goes from the top of the frame down into, as you can see, right into there. And, as far as I know, I think he has the most different size setups. It is also when you're like an inch and a half, the way his is designed, you slide them on, and I think a lot of the other ones are inch and a half, so very similar. You slide it on, and you actually have to put a bolt right on as you're getting it on, bolt it to the top hat, and then there's another bolt that goes through to the top to the frame, which is kind of nice because it's like almost like double security right there on your top hat. But as far as that's like the main difference on there. I wish I had an aerogenics one. I don't anymore to show you, with twisting the top hat and everything. But I mean, you can get the idea if you go look at their website or just, pictures people put them on. The other thing I want to do is you have people, I get a lot of questions about the body spacers, the subframe drop, the trailing arm spacers, other people just trying to make spacers to do something custom for themselves. And to me, best place to go, hands down, is Honda Rescue Garage. I like the aerogenics one. I like a lot of the other ones seeing people go, but these things are hefty. Out of all the brands I've had, I mean, they are solid. And it's just the instructions he comes with. That's another thing with Honda Rescue Garage. I want to say it has amazing instructions. And if you lose them, you can go on the website and download them. He's always updating it too to make it easy, getting better pictures. I like that. I'm that kind of guy. I am if I see something, I can do it way better than when I'm reading it. That's just who I am. Always been that way. I do way better showing it than explaining to you if I didn't have, this stuff right in front of me. I mean, I can do it, but to me, when you have pictures and the instructions and everything, and you see it, or videos, it's a lot nicer. At least for me, that's the type of guy I am. But basically, you have these spacers in the body, and they're going to come with different assortments of sizes of bolts, and you're going to have them in different areas depending. And it's pretty simple, man. You drop down the part of the frame wherever you're putting it in, and just let it hang enough. Usually. You could take it completely apart too if you wanted to. I mean, that's something. But a lot of times you can do this right in your own garage, or hell, even out in a parking lot if you had to. And you let the subframe hang off of 1 bolt, 2 bolts, just barely 1 thread. Slowly get 1 spacer in. Bam, put that new bolt. Just hang it by a thread. Get them all in, and then bam, tighten it up. The most pain in the ass to me. And that's if you have the engine and everything. If you have everything out and you're doing it, God, it's so easy. That's what I did the last time I did it, because I was replacing my engine. And I don't have one to show you right now, is the steering linkage. But basically it looks just like the OEM steering linkage, but is longer. And as far as I know, I think Honda Rescue Garage is the only one providing these right now. Don't quote me on that. You might know other companies. I don't. But you have the steering linkage, and it's just extended. And, it gives you a little bit more. So when you drop the subframe in the front, you have the actual longer steering linkage. And that gives you, the play you need to move your steering wheel up and down. I'm a very functional guy when it comes to this. One thing I want to say too, getting towards the end of this video, is I've had a lot of questions. I want you guys to know I'm building my CRV to be completely, hold on, I'm getting a phone call.